Now, your first weather.
And we did see some sunshine late this afternoon. Our temperatures really not too bad for this time in March. We saw our highs get back into the mid to upper 50s, even some low 60s across northeast Arkansas. But clouds increase once again for your Tuesday. The mild weather hangs around, but more rain chances coming back to our area too, especially by the middle part of the upcoming work week. And we'll talk more about that with your full forecast straight ahead. But first, your local news starts now.
Northeast Arkansas News is brought to you by Glenn Sain.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for your Northeast Arkansas Late News. I'm Josh Egbert.
And I'm Meredith Mitchell. Perigold City officials are in the process of condemning several residential properties that have become nuisances and threats to public safety.
Northeast Arkansas Simone Jamison tells us what's on the agenda for the properties and the changes residents can expect.
The city of Perigold is moving fast to condemn and possibly demolish several homes declared public nuisances and safety hazards. Robert Anderson expressed his concern about the abandoned property across from his family's on West Thompson Street.
I've seen people walk up and go inside when the door was open and stuff, digging through the stuff outside, picking stuff up and carrying it off. I just think that it's not safe for kids around here.
Homes on East Emerson, Highway 135 North, and East Poplar were also condemned. Perigold Mayor Mike Gaskell says the owners have 30 days to restore them or tear them down.
And they can be dangerous to anybody who may be around it or somebody who may go inside it, or possibly if something was to happen and the house is beginning to fall, on the neighbor's property and cause some problems there.
The condemnation and ultimate demolition of properties like this one remains steady here in Perigold. Last year, the city tore down 13 nuisance properties, which Code Enforcement Officer J.D. Stevenson says not only addresses a public safety threat, but their initiative to cut down on crime.
You have vandals that enter these properties and strip out wiring and plumbing, plus you have transient type folks that will go into these things and sleep in them. Some of them are also used to deal narcotics.
If no changes are made, Mayor Gaskell says city workers will accept the lowest bid to begin the demolition process for each property, which will be added to the owner's property tax. For Northeast Arkansas News, I'm Simone Jameson.
Perigold City Council members discussed the condemned properties at tonight's council meeting. Those homes could be demolished within the next 2 months.
The Mission Outreach of Northeast Arkansas could be receiving some much needed repairs this summer through a community development block grant. The Outreach is one of a few organizations that qualify for Arkansas's community development block grant. This grant allows a maximum of $200,000. The facility is over 30 years old and is in desperate need of new plumbing, ceiling, particle boards, and flooring in the men and women's dorms. Development Director Jackie Ross says staff have torn out some of the flooring, but repairs are at a standstill until additional funds come through. Ross says he is optimistic about its approval.
This building catches fire and it's got 45 to 60 people sleeping in here. Somebody may not make it out. We do have a fire alarm, but we really need a sprinkler system to go along with it.
Now, the Mission Outreach of NEA will likely be approved for the grant funding in July. Once that happens, staff says that they look forward to making the repairs as soon as possible.
The national research program All of Us Journey is returning to Jonesboro. All of Us is trying to get 1 million people to be a part of their study to improve precision medicine. Precision medicine focuses on making customized treatments for each individual to better treat them. All of Us will have representatives at Jonesboro's El Centro Hispano. All week they will have an interactive and educational mobile unit, as well as local nurses to help sign you up for the study. The program is free and can help underrepresented communities be seen.
Would you like to improve your family's health? Would you like to improve your community's health? The only way we can get there is by doing the research, by doing the study. If there hasn't been enough studies done on your community, this is a good opportunity for you to be represented. So it's open for everyone.
All of Us mobile unit will be at El Centro Hispano starting tomorrow until Friday. They will be open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day.
Well, after a week of early voting, the Greene County Tech School District special election now just a few hours away.
Northeast Arkansas's Alexis Padilla tells us what will happen if passed and how some voters are feeling.
The Greene County Tech School District has a list of improvements they want to make. They are hoping to pass a 4.95 millage increase to help with cost. Superintendent Gene Weeks says their biggest reason for the increase is to add 2 new school resource officers.
With 3 campuses, then we always have a campus exposed. Adding 2 more officers will have just more coverage. And we deal with people every day that come on campus that are maybe upset with a faculty member or with an administrative member. And
the increase will allow the district to add a new animal barn for the high school, a baseball and softball complex, and 30,000 square feet in classroom space. The new buildings will have hardened roofs for safety during natural disasters. Some voters like Alton Barnett are not happy for the increase.
Because I'm paying about all the taxes I feel like I can stand to pay right now, and I'd hate to have my taxes raised.
On the other hand, some feel the increase will be a good investment in the students and their future.
That's who's going to be running this country. I won't be here, but they will. And they need education, and they need everything.
This is not the first time voters are voting on this topic. Back in September of 2017, Greene County Tech Schools tried to pass a 4-point millage increase. Despite it failing, Superintendent Weeks is feeling hopeful that this one will pass.
we hope that we have given our voters a good plan to vote for, and hopefully we did a good job of educating what this is going to do for our kids and our future of our schools.
For Northeast Arkansas News, I'm Alexis Padilla.
Now polls will be open from 7:30 in the morning until 7:30 tomorrow night at Center Hill Church of Christ in Paragould.
Well, that snooze button may not be all it's cracked up to be. Doctors say trying to grab an extra 10 minutes at the end of a night of sleep is anything but restorative because it interrupts late-stage REM sleep and can cause a fight or flight response in the body. Sleep researchers at the Cleveland Clinic say by going back to sleep, you're just continuing this interrupted sleep pattern, which can increase blood pressure and heart rate. Experts say the best thing to do is make sure you're getting a solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. They warn if you find yourself overly dependent on the snooze button, you may want to take a look at your sleep habits in general.
Well, new research suggests a quick eye test could one day help doctors diagnose Alzheimer's disease.
Meg Oliver shows us how twin sisters led to a breakthrough for researchers.
97-year-old Scott Hughes and her identical twin sister Virginia were always close. When Virginia started having trouble with her memory and thinking, Scott knew something wasn't right. Virginia was later diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease.
It was heartbreaking because she was so outgoing and loving. She wasn't going to be who she had been before, and that is tragic to see in a person you love.
With one twin having Alzheimer's and the other healthy, researchers at Duke Eye Center studying the link between eye and brain health thought the sisters were a good case to examine. They took images of their eyes and discovered the twin with Alzheimer's disease had significantly decreased blood vessel density in the retina. That finding spurred a new study of more than 200 people.
Cognitively healthy, normal individuals do not have these changes in the retina.
Lead researcher Dr. Sharon Feckrat says the eyes may be a window to our brain health.
These changes happening in the retina of the eye may actually mirror the blood vessel changes happening in the brain of individuals with Alzheimer's disease.
Scott's sister passed away 14 months ago.
Every night after dinner, we had a conversation. Sometimes she would be able to respond, and sometimes she wouldn't, but she always knew that Sister was calling.
Scott says she's grateful she and her sister had a chance to contribute to research together.
Now, researchers say they plan to study people who have the gene for Alzheimer's but don't have symptoms next to see they may be able to predict the development of the disease.
Well, still ahead tonight on Northeast Arkansas News, A-State women take on Coastal Carolina tonight.
And after a horrific plane crash kills 175 passengers in Ethiopia, countries are now grounding Boeing 737 planes as the same model crashed back in October.
And not too bad of a day today as our temperatures made it back to the upper 50s late this afternoon. 57 degrees was the high here in Jonesboro. Normal high this time of year 59. It looks like we'll see some warmer weather the next couple of days, but some more rain chances coming for the middle part of the work week. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Now, Northeast Arkansas weather.
And welcome back, everyone. A good Monday evening to us. Not too bad of a day today. We had a little sunshine come out this afternoon after seeing some clouds and some light rain around some areas earlier this morning. That really kind of moved out pretty quickly, and the sunshine allowed the temperatures to get back into the mid to upper 50s in most locations. Now, I did see some low 60s down to our south. Batesville, for example, Searcy at 62 for a high temperature late this afternoon. 56 degrees Corning, 57 here in Jonesboro, 59 degrees in Wynne. These temperatures are about where they should be for this time in March. It actually looks like even warmer weather coming the next couple of days with some windier conditions and also that threat of showers and thunderstorms once again back in the forecast as we head to about Tuesday and into early on Wednesday as well. Here's a look at our temperatures for tonight, and many hometowns getting back into the low 40s. As you wake up early tomorrow morning, mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures basically about upper 30s or low 40s. So when you wake up, not too bad of a start to your Tuesday. Our school day forecast has cloudy skies though in the forecast. Also seeing some rain chances on and off throughout the day. May see some showers coming around lunchtime, then maybe a few more showers in the afternoon. Not looking like a lot of heavy rain for Tuesday. Actually, this will be out ahead of our main system, and the main cold front will come through on Wednesday, which could bring some stronger storms back to the area with damaging winds and heavy rain the primary threat as we get into Wednesday afternoon. But a high temperature once again, mid upper 50s as we get into our Tuesday and our Tuesday afternoon. Now here's your weather notes the next couple of days. So yeah, it could be a few showers around on Tuesday, some around the early morning hours or midday hours, and others could be in the later afternoon hours. Otherwise, cloudy skies, temperatures much like we saw today, mid 50s. Could see a few stronger storms coming in late Wednesday along a cold front. Actually going to see the winds pick up Wednesday, so windy weather and actually milder weather. Temperatures could be pushing close to 70 in some areas Wednesday afternoon, and actually looking pretty good on Thursday too. Once that rain moves out of the area, should be a lot of sunshine Thursday afternoon. Will be a little breezy still, but still mild before some cooler temperatures arrive for the upcoming weekend. Here's what it looks like for your Tuesday across much of northeast Arkansas. Yeah, we're seeing actually we'll call it pleasant weather as temperatures will be in the mid 50s. Again, those showers just off to our west. You can definitely see that here on our forecast map. Now, most of those showers will start to move in to our area for the afternoon hours or evening hours. Again, just kind of on and off shower chances for our Tuesday. Better chance of rain comes with a cold front. Here's what it looks like by Wednesday. I do have some severe weather, at least that risk of severe weather from Texas, Oklahoma, parts of Arkansas, basically the entire state of Arkansas and Louisiana. So Tuesday night and Tuesday afternoon, that system will be over here in Texas, bringing heavy rain, maybe some gusty winds. But as it moves further to the east, we'll eventually get into our area as we get to Wednesday afternoon. It could bring a line of showers and thunderstorms in. They could have some gusty winds or some heavy rain along with it. Future radar for tonight, again, not showing much going on tonight, but as we get to early tomorrow morning, here comes some showers. So by 11 o'clock in the morning, we may start to see a few of those scattered showers in our forecast. Heavier rain staying to our north and west around Springfield, Missouri, up into parts of Kansas, seeing some of that heavier rain. Going a little bit further in the afternoon hours and evening hours of our Tuesday. That kind of system lifts to the north, taking most of the rain along with it by 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Then as we get into our Wednesday, we're going to watch the line develop here at 10 o'clock in the morning on our Wednesday, getting into parts of Oklahoma. And that will be the line that will make its way across our area as it does so then. And by about 7 o'clock on Wednesday night, we could see that line coming through, which would be, again, gusty winds and some heavier rain developing by the middle part of our work week. Before tonight, 42, mostly cloudy skies. Not too bad of an overnight. We'll see northeast winds under 5 to 10 miles per hour. 7-day forecast, we'll see temperatures in the mid-50s for Tuesday afternoon. Then by Wednesday, should get close to 70, upper 60s at least, with some showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Looks like a beautiful day on Thursday. Maybe a little windy both Wednesday and Thursday. Highs in the mid-60s or upper 60s. Right now, weekend looks dry. Not expecting any type of precipitation Saturday or Sunday, as we'll be seeing temperatures in the mid-50s. So St. Patrick's Day looking pretty good, with dry weather actually continuing into early next week, and a high close to 60 by Monday of next week. So overall, looking pretty decent here for the middle part of March as we get ready for actually the middle part of March. And of course, spring, a little bit over a week away. Next Wednesday, March 20th, the spring officially arrives across the area. So got a little taste of spring next couple of days, at least Wednesday, Thursday anyway.
Yeah, and we deserve those kind of temperatures after what we've suffered this winter.
It's been like a long winter around here. That's what it sure seems like. But yeah, looking like we're kind of making that turn to get at least some warmer temperatures, or at least more average temperatures back to our area here in the next several days.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Well, coming up on Northeast Arkansas News, 2 plane crashes within 5 months, leaving hundreds dead, have sparked authorities to launch an investigation. What could be causing the Boeing 737 MAX to malfunction? Coming up.
Questions this evening surrounding Boeing 737 MAX 8 jets after a second deadly accident in just 5 months.
Ethiopian Airlines has grounded the rest of its fleet of brand new jetliners after Sunday's crash that killed all 157 people on board, including 8 Americans.
As Teria Okita reports from London, many victims worked for the United Nations.
Search crews recovered the black boxes from Ethiopian Flight 302 in a debris field near Ethiopia's capital. The new Boeing 737 MAX 8 jet was en route to Nairobi, Kenya, where some of the passengers were scheduled to attend a United Nations conference.
Expressing our deepest condolences.
At the UN meeting Monday, staff members observed a moment of silence to honor 19 colleagues who died. 8 Americans were among the victims of Sunday's crash. Passengers came from 35 countries. Canadian Mohammed Ali lost his sister Amina, who died with her 5-year-old daughter.
Everybody loved her. She was friends with everyone.
It's the second deadly crash involving a Boeing 737 MAX in less than 5 months. Last year, 189 people were killed when a Lion Air flight went down off the coast of Indonesia. Investigators will be looking into apparent similarities between the 2 incidents. In both, the pilots reported technical problems. The 2 planes appeared to struggle to gain altitude before making a steep nosedive and crashing less than 15 minutes after takeoff. A preliminary report on October's Lion Air crash finds that the pilots fought to control the plane when the automatic safety system malfunctioned.
I would not be reluctant to get on a 737 MAX, but I assure you the manufacturer is terribly concerned about this.
Around 350 737 MAX jets are in service around the world. In the U.S., American, Southwest, and United Airlines fly more than 60 of the planes. None of the carriers has announced plans to ground them.
In addition to Ethiopian Airlines, China's authority has, as well as Indonesia and Cayman Airlines, have grounded their 737 MAX 8 jets. The Federal Aviation Administration has not yet taken any action at this point.
Well, stay with us. Sports is coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Edwards. We'll start tonight with ASU men's basketball. It hasn't been the best season for the Red Wolves. We were hoping for something better, but hey, they finished 7-11 in league play. One of those 11 losses this past Saturday, an overtime loss to the Raging Cajuns from Louisiana, 90-87. That was in overtime. The Red Wolves split the season series, that is, with Louisiana, but the rubber match can still happen. They can actually exact some revenge. It's going to take a little work, though. Guys now head to the Big Easy, that's New Orleans, or the hip-hop impaired, for a Tuesday night matchup with South Alabama, a team they lost to earlier this year. But a win means ASU versus Louisiana, Part 3. Meanwhile, check this out. Arkansas track team did pretty good. This past weekend, the Lady Backs began the preseason #1, and they finished that way. Lexi Jacobus earned the back-to-back indoor title pole vault competition in their 3rd national championship. It was their 2nd indoor. The first one came in 2015. Arkansas will make its outdoor debut in just 2 weeks. The Arkansas Spring Invitational, March 22nd and 23rd at John McDonnell Field in Fayetteville. Congratulations to the Lady Backs on that one. All right, close, but no cigar for the Memphis Express. The Express team, of course, suffered a 3-point loss at the hands of the Atlanta Legends this past weekend. We were hoping Zach Mettenberger would do a pretty good job. He was inconsistent, pretty good, but he was inconsistent. He showed glimpses. He threw his first pick of the season on Sunday, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. The Express still winless in the East Division. They'll play Salt Lake Stallions next, a team that's in last place in the West Division. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Steelers have pulled the trigger to get rid of Antonio Brown, the disgruntled All-Pro wide receiver, headed to Oakland for a 3rd and 5th round pick. Now, per his request, the Raiders have restructured the 30-year-old's current deal. He will now make just over $50 million per year over the next 3 seasons, with $30 million guaranteed. He had no more guaranteed money left on his 3-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The trade of Brown will be made official when the league year begins on Wednesday. He caught at least 100 balls, at least 1,200 yards, and 8 or more touchdowns per year in his last 6 seasons. Now to the track. The Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series was in Phoenix this past weekend for the Ticket Guardian 500 and a late race battle. About 20 laps to go between Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch. They decided the outcome. Busch able to pull away, set sail for his first Cup win of the season, becoming the 4th different driver in 4 races to clinch a playoff spot. The win for the Busch, that is, was his 199th. They'll pack up for California next week to wrap up their 3-week Western trip.
Yeah, it was certainly tough to pass. Yes, it wasn't easy. You were really stuck and mired behind guys. You know, I got close to Blaney, and then I got real tight, and then he kind of got away, and then I ran him back down, and it's just kind of like an accordion thing. You know, you cool your stuff off, you go back after him, and then you get too hot and too tight when you're behind him, and then you got to cool back off again. I just started working the racetrack and just started moving around and trying to find something and trying to get low and high and everywhere in between to try to just, you know, keep trying to find clean air or cleaner air in order to get by him.
All right, who said soccer wasn't tough? A soccer fan in England facing 14 weeks behind bars after coming onto the field this past weekend and attacking Jack Grealish. Look at that. 27-year-old landed a little knuckle sandwich there. Grealish, he was all right. It'll cost the fan a hefty fine, a 10-year ban from UK football matches. Grealish, however, popped right back up, got on his feet a few seconds later. He actually scored a goal. Meanwhile, the guy who sucker punched him right there blowing kisses to the crowd, saying his final goodbyes because, as I said, that's a 10-year ban, all for 15 minutes of fame. Not good. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Well, Zookeeper comes to the rescue in Pennsylvania. A woman from the Pittsburgh Zoo getting a round of applause after a heroic act Saturday. She jumped into freezing waters to save Nyala from drowning.
A herd of deer-like creatures roaming the ice-covered pond when one of them fell through. Luckily, the zookeeper able to reach the animal before guiding it safely to land. Obviously, not as frozen as they thought it would be.
That's actually a good thing about it.
I thought she may have like a wetsuit on or something.
No.
No.
Fully clothed
and jumping right in there.
She's probably just feeding the animals, but good thing she was there because who knows what would happen. I wonder what they are. Deer-like creatures.
Not sure.
Deer-like creatures.
Yeah, I guess
it looks like deer, but not really deer.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Look at her go.
It'd be interesting to see what
they don't
are,
swim.
That don't.
Yeah, actually, they don't like water.
Don't
The way it looks. Well, we got a little bit of water in our forecast, a little bit of rain
Not frozen,
coming back.
though, right?
Not frozen.
Okay.
That's a good thing. It'll be warm enough. We're going to be seeing temperatures in the 50s for Tuesday, some scattered showers. Windy weather comes back Wednesday, Thursday. Highs pushing the upper 60s. That threat of rain is actually stronger. Maybe some stronger storms on Wednesday as well with some gusty winds or heavy rain. Cooler weather for the weekend. We're back into the 50s for your St. Patrick's Day, but dry weather and sunshine through early next week.
All right. Thanks so much, Chris, and thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great evening. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Follow us online, like us on Facebook, and visit our website, KJNBTV.com.